You know, folks, U.S. Mint, you gotta love them. Just gotta love them. They just, oftentimes it's unintentional, and I think that's what this is, in all honesty. I think it's an unintentional thing, but they did it. What's done is done, and what's done is basically creating, I think, one of the great Silver Eagle collectibles that they've ever done. I don't think that they did it on purpose. If they did, they never announced their intentions in any way, shape, or form. But they have given us now a very, very, very special collectible. Like I said, I don't think they intended it, but that's the way it's turned out. So when we got this, we just figured it was the regular burnished coin. Now, let me explain to you what burnished means. The United States government, every year, at least for the last 20 years, has released 3 different types of regular issue coins. There's the mint state coin, there's the proof coin, and then there's the burnished or special uncirculated coins. It's called burnished, also known as special finish. SP here are some of the things that you've seen that you've done with that. It is always, of the 3 regular issue coins, it's the rarest coin of the year, generally speaking. Many collectors, many advanced collectors and coin dealers consider it to be kind of the unsung hero of the American Eagle collection. It is every year the rarest of the 3 Silver Eagles made by the United States government, like I said, for the last 20 years. They started the uncirculated or burnished Silver Eagle that you see here in 2006. Well, so the release of the burnished Silver Eagle is just, one of those things. It's usually mint state eagle, then the proof eagle, then the burnished eagle is the way that they're released in that order. And the burnished eagle, like I said, is basically every year it's the rarest Silver Eagle put out by the United States government. Well, this year, like I said, I think completely unintentionally, the United States Mint hit an absolute, complete, and total home run. And here's how they did that. They released a product limit, a mintage limit on these, basically. And the product limit on this is 90,000 coins. Sometimes they don't say that on the burnished or anything else, but this year they did. And I have all the past mintage figures going back to 2006. And 90,000 on the product limit is the rarest burnished Silver Eagle the United States Mint has ever made. So now, out of nowhere, and like I said, I think completely and totally and utterly unintentionally, the United States Mint has made the rarest burnished Silver Eagle, which is already the rarest every year, but now you have the rarest of the rare. I mean, it's like 5 times rarer than the first year of issue, 2006. So it's the rarest of the rarest of the rare is what you've got right here. And we've got it in absolutely perfect SP70. So that, as a story in and of itself, is spectacular. It's collectible. It's going to sell out instantaneously from the United States Mint, is what I can tell you right now. And when that happens, all of a sudden the burnished Silver Eagle everybody was anticipating it coming out, but all of a sudden now it's sold out. Now it's the story. And then the story is going to leak out. I've talked to coin dealers saying, what are you talking about? That don't even know. This is really, really, really kind of under the radar in terms of the product limit here of only 90,000 coins. But understand, if it was just that burnished Silver Eagle, it would be spectacular. It would sell every single solitary one that we have. But I have something even more special than that. If you'll notice, what I have here is this is certified perfect advance release. Now, for those of you that have been following us for quite some time, you understand very clearly what advance release is, and you're already on the phone and getting, kind of locking in and guaranteeing your coin at this point. For those of you that aren't, let me explain to you what advance release is. The United States Mint started this program about 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago, where they have the largest 8 dozen and a half dealers. Their largest, customers, if you will. And those dozen and a half dealers get coins before the release to the general public. So we take possession of the coins before they even start selling the coin to the general public. And what that means is it creates a special designation, advance release. So we have to have it certified advance release. This coin has to literally get to the grading company before it's released to the general public. It has become, over the last half decade or so, the single most desirable designation on any certified coin, whether it be NX or NGC or PCGS, it does not matter. Because it generally represents 10% of the total mintage. So now, we only have 90,000 coins total, and we have only 9,000 coins that qualify for advance release. Because of that special designation, it brings significant premiums in the marketplace. Now, because of the reduced mintage this year, the significantly reduced mintage, half of what they've been making, a third of what they've been making, our allocations for advance release have gone down, concurrently, down a half, down 2/3. So much that you see, so I saw, here's a burnished Silver Eagle advance release NGC here, $399. And I think that's kind of the number that you're going to see out there is $399 and perhaps more. There's only, like I said, 18 dealers worldwide that even qualify for advance release. The grading companies charge extra for advance release. And so it represents literally this. So advance release total, ungraded, uncertified, just advance release coins are only 9,000 coins. Only 9,000 coins that qualify for advance release. So if, for instance, if you take the rarest Silver Eagle ever made by the United States government, what's that, 2019 S? Enhanced uncirculated, I believe. They made 30,000 of that coin in this condition. That coin sells for $3,000, give or take. 3,000. This coin's 3 times rarer in advance release. This coin's 3 times rarer. Another way to put it, we were talking before the show, and I go, okay, this makes sense. If you've been following along with the privies, obviously everybody's been following along with the privies. So they did 500,000, like the new Eagle privy. Check CSNMint.com, folks. I mean, it's the hottest coin on the planet right now, because this one hasn't been released yet. And they made 500,000 coins, which is special. Okay, we sell ours. I think it's $159. I think something like that for the Mint State 70s, at least while we have them in stock. But the first 50,000, which for that would be the same thing as advance release, the same exact percentage, 10%, there's 50,000 of those. First 50,000, that same Mint State 70 coin sells for like $1,000, $1,200, $1,400. So it's like, 6 times more money. Well, with this right here, you have rarity that's 5 times rarer than that. And you have that nowhere near that price, 75, 80, 85% off that price. So now you have literally one of the rarest Silver Eagles made by the United States government. I think it might be the rarest Silver Eagle made by the United States government, certainly in the last 6 years, since 2019 S at 90,000. Now we're starting to look into rarity of reverse proofs and stuff that sells for $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 a coin. And so to be able to get this in advance release at $299.95 a coin, I think is truly, utterly, and amazingly spectacular. Like I said, here's an NGC right here, advance release. And there's going to be more NGC advance releases than there are NX. $399. $399. Now here's the problem. I'm one of 18 folks, okay, that get these. There's only 9,000 coins total. You can do the math. Okay, you can do the math on that. We're not getting a whole lot of coins. We're not getting a whole lot of coins. So our quantities of advance release are not thousands. They are hundreds. So our entire availability of this coin is, of course, in the hundreds and in the low hundreds at that. So what happens is you have a situation where this is the only presentation that I'm going to get to make. Our good friends Corey and Kevin are probably wishing that they had the opportunity to do this, but I don't think that they'll even get an opportunity to present this to you except through our Coin Concierge service. So if you have one of our concierge coin curators, I would call them immediately. I would call them immediately for this particular coin. If you don't, call in and you can get one anyway, same exact price. But you must call in and you must take advantage. You must call in and you must take advantage. Because let's face it, here's what we've done. Like I said, the United States Mint, they have done us a solid here, folks. And like I said, I still don't think it was intentional. I think it's just the way things worked out. They've got so many things to do this year, as we've seen their product schedule, and they're already like way behind. And so based on that, they have X amount of time to make burnished silver eagles, and it was just less time than they've ever had before. So what they've created, and by the way, burnished silver eagle is a special uncirculated coin. The United States government makes 3 different silver eagles in a year. They make a regular mint state silver eagle, which they make 25 or 30 million of. Then they make proof American silver eagles. They're going to make 500,000 or so of those between W and S. And then you have the burnished, which every year is the rarest coin made by the United States Mint in the regular series. Average over the last 10 years is probably 250 or 300,000 coins per year. This year, they have placed a product limit for one of the first times ever, of only 90,000 coins, making it the rarest. So the burnished is the rarest. This is the rarest burnished ever made by the United States government, and they've been making them since 2006. Since 2006, the sum total of all the burnished silver eagles made by the United States Mint in the last 20 years is like 5 million coins. It's like 5 million coins. And this is the rarest of the rare, absolutely positively, and then we have it certified perfect. But then as I was mentioning earlier, not only do we have the rarest burnished silver eagle, and you can denote it, burnished, it looks a little different, but if you look at the reverse, the best way to determine that this is a burnished silver eagle is that it has a mint mark on it, that W or West Point mint mark. The regular mint state American silver eagle does not have a mint mark on it. So that's what denotes this as a special collector edition. It's almost like the mint signing it. It's almost like a privy mark, if you will. That's what the original mint marks on Spanish pieces of 8 were basically, the original mint marks were privy marks, just so you know where they came from. We just call them mint marks is what it comes down to. But then on top of that, this is advanced release. So there's 90,000 coins total. That's ungraded, uncertified. Now we have advanced release, the program set up by the United States Mint. There's literally 12.5 people worldwide that are in the program. We're obviously one of those. We get 10% of the mintage prior to the release to the general public. So that's 9,000 coins total for all 12.5 dealers. 9,000 coins total. And then they're graded from there, so less than 9,000 coins. And then divided by 18 for us for advanced release. So literally only hundreds of these coins available. The best way to put it, I was talking about this earlier, is like with the Eagle privies. You had the Eagle privy and the Star privy, they made 500,000 coins, which is the hottest coin going. This coin's over 5 times rarer. And so you had the 500,000 coins. Remember they did the first 50,000? It's basically the same thing. It is the only official designation from the United States Mint of when a coin is released in terms of this. First day of issue, first release, first strike, all of those things exist in the marketplace. That's kind of between the grading companies and customers and coin dealers. We've all agreed to the terms of what it means to do that. The United States Mint does not make any representations about that. But this is an official United States Mint designation. Not every coin that they release even qualifies for advanced release. This particular coin, it even adds to the rarity, so this one does. So now we're starting with an entire universe of 9,000 coins. Now you got to grade it in 70, it gets well below 90. Now you got to divide it by 18, and I don't even know that all 18 dealers even graded these advanced release, so it may be even less than that. So what you end up with is the rarest of the rare with a designation that is the most popular designation in all of modern numismatics. And of course, the advanced release that you have right here with this, Eagle flag core from Annex is of course exclusive to us at CSN. So now you have exclusivity at a virtually unprecedented level. Just in general, this is the rarest burnished silver eagle, the rarest special uncirculated silver eagle ever made by the United States Mint at 90,000 production limit coins. So that standing on its own makes this the ultimate collectible. It goes into the pantheon or the hall of fame, if you will, of American silver eagles. So much so that you see right here, advanced release NGC coins, $399. $399. That's an exceptional price. It's a great price. It's a fair price. They will sell every single one they have at that $399 price point. We just have our specialized annex coins at $299. We thank you for watching. This is your opportunity to own the rarest burnished silver eagle that has ever been made by the United States Mint since they've been making burnished silver eagles, 2006, 20 years now. It's by far the rarest. It is in perfect condition, so then you have the rarity in terms of mintage. Then you have the rarity of condition. It's absolutely perfect. And you can see that it's burnished because it has the SP designation, or special finish, is what that means. You can also tell by the West Point Mint on the back. Then you have, and I think even more important to the value, there's that W or West Point Mint that shows you that it's a burnished coin. You can tell if you looked at enough of them. It just has a special difference. They've finished the planchet differently. That's what the burnishing means. They actually take the planchet and run it through a machine with all these little tiny ceramic beads that give it this really special finish on it. That's before they strike the coin. So you have that. And then now we have on top of that, we've got advanced release. So now you've got this rarest designation, the only official United States Mint designation of when a coin is made, on top of that. The biggest issue you have as a collector is when you call. The answer to that needs to be now. Because I could tell you I have kind of access to the quantities being sold, whether it be by phone or by our website. We are my first and only presentation of this. We are well into sellout mode as I speak. We're well into sellout mode as I speak. This is something you really need to pick up because it is substantial as a collectible. It is going to become, and like I said, I think the United States Mint, all hail the U.S. Mint. I think the United States Mint has created this incredible collectible, albeit I think they did it accidentally. I think they just happened to do it because they were so busy they couldn't make any more. But what they've created, unintended or otherwise, within this particular coin is, I think, one of the great Silver Eagle collectibles in the last, years and years and years, okay? Because we have a 70 or a 90,000 product mintage. That's by far the lowest of any of the burnished silver eagles, which is already the lowest minted of all of the regular issue silver eagles. The regular mint state coin, they make 25 or 30 million. The proof coin, between the S and the W, they make 5, 6, 700,000 of those. This coin, they only make the W mint, and there's only this year, the product mintage on this limit is going to be 90,000 coins. I mean, the average mintage on this from 2006 on is probably about 350,000 coins, give or take. About 350,000 coins. So now you have a coin that's 2, 3, 4 times rarer than the average burnished silver eagle. And then you have the opportunity to get it perfect. And then, even more importantly, actually most importantly, you have the chance to get it in advance release. Like I said, that's a special designation. The only official designation. It represents 10% of the mintage from the United States Mint. Like I said, here's an NGC version, $399. $399 we just happen to be, which is a great price. We just happen to be $299. And like I said, this advanced release, the best way to describe this is, like I said, if you're following the Eagle Privy and the Star Privy, they made 500,000, incredible coin, they've been on fire. The first 50,000, which basically multiplies the value by 5 times. Same situation for advanced release. Same situation for advanced release, except it's not 5 times. Okay, it's a tiny bit more because the grading is so much more, because it has to be, picked up, graded, sent to the grading company, and back to us before it's released to the general public. That's about a 5, 6, 7 day window. So that just costs for transportation, for everything else, kind of skipping the line. So what you have is one of the great collectibles the United States Mint has presented to us, which we now present to you. One of the great collectibles, American Silver Eagle collectibles of the last 10 years. Quantities are incredibly limited. Get yours today.